Bleh. So, well, then what happens is I forgot where the hell I was. So, long story short, like they're in Egypt and they're trying to get back to Alex, and so they wind up meeting up with this guy who Rick knows because in the first movie they met up with a guy who had an airplane. In this one, they meet up with a guy who has a Hollywood dirigible, right? Like he has like a Hollywood Zeppelin where the balloon is tiny as shit, the body is just a boat, and it's powered by rockets. And I'm like,
That's
it's legit
great.
straight out of World of Warcraft. It's awesome. And
Wow.
the guy keeps complaining about that time he was shot in the ass. And I'm like, this guy is spending too much time talking about his ass
He
to the
just
point where
wants
it's like,
people to look at his butt.
I bet he does.
He
I bet
wants
he
people
does,
to
yeah.
say, do you need me to take a look at that for you? I'm a
5
doctor.
pictures of Jennifer Lawrence that will tell you, wait a minute, this is that guy's butt from The Mummy.
Wait a minute, that's not Jennifer Lawrence.
That's a perfectly formed 256-man Macedonian phalanx. So like I'm trying to just focus on like my favorite parts. There's a really great part where like Alex is on the train and he with the bad guys as they're going to the pyramid to try to resummon Anubis's army. And what happens is like freaking the so like Imhotep shows up because he's in the train. He has his own special car, and it's full of all of his favorite little trinkets from ancient Egypt. You know, just like he likes. And
So
you're
like
like,
his
this is adorable.
tomb.
So Imhotep shows up. He's now keep in mind he's already like a yucky looking like
Is he
guy.
sticky?
dried up. He's sticky. He's CGI sticky.
Oh,
Like
good.
what I love about him is
Sticky.
he spends so much of his time like smiling and grinning devilishly. He's like, oh, like
My
he's like
God.
ah. He loves being evil so much. I'm like I support you in your journey so hard.
I honestly think the best thing about him being sticky, like my instant response to hearing like, yes, he's sticky, is good. I can light him on fire. Like that's why I want my enemies to be sticky, is so I can very easily light them on fire.
I will say it really depends. If they're covered in jam, good freaking luck. Unless it's really badly made jam, then you're safe. No,
Maybe
so-
if it's been fermented a little too long, it'll work in my favor.
So what happens is eventually what happens is they find out that like so like Alex is unfazed by anything, all right?
Yes.
Because of his parents and all the stories that they told, like he does not give a shit about anything. So Imhotep shows up in a black robe wearing like a freaky blank like Jabberwocky's black mask, right?
Ooh, love
and
that.
like and he's all
Love
menacing.
that.
And Alex is just kind of like, oh wow, you're you must
Ooh,
be
what's
that
that
mummy
made
guy.
of? What
You must
cloth
be-
is this? Is this a polyblend?
Then there's a part.
Wow.
Then there's a part where him and I forgot the guy. I'm so sorry, I forgot the guy's name. If he's watching, I loved you in this movie, but I forgot your name because everybody has like these really unpronounceable like complex names, and they're all spoken really quickly. And there's like 25 of them, right?
You're not
There's actually
expected to learn their names in movies like
because
these.
they all die. Like spoiler
Yeah.
alert, they all die. There's actually a scene that's bringing it back to Jurassic Park. That's kind of like the scene in Jurassic Park 2 where the raptors are in the tall grass, where there are these weird undead gremlin monkeys that are hunting people through the oasis that The Rock inspired Anubis to build. Because apparently Anubis is just me playing SimCity. And he just goes, all right, oasis down there, undead army there, all done. Now I'm going to set the taxes to 0, and I'm going to throw a tornado at you.
You were
I'm so
talking
freaking lost. I
You were
have no
talking
idea what's
about
happening.
the guy that you like.
So the guy that I like, so he's sitting there. So
What's
his job
happening?
gets to be to babysit Alex. And Alex is just sitting there going, are we there yet? 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 And the guy's playing along. He's like, no. Are we there yet? No. Are they? No. So then he gets mad. He just slams a knife down between Alex's fingers. And Alex is like, wow, your aim is so good. And the guy's like, I wasn't aiming. I missed. And just gets up angrily and just walks away. And you're like, this is so good. And then there's a part of 2 where like friggin' Anaxinamun, his Imhotep's girlfriend, is like, I promise you, I'm not going to be so kind as your parents. And and he's like, oh, believe me, my parents ain't too different from you. And he's like, oh, but they are not going to put poisonous snakes in your bed when you misbehave. And he doesn't give a shit, and you can tell that they're just having a lot of fun. It's so good. I love it so much. And they keep wearing the friggin' overly elaborate red robes the whole movie. And I'm like, guys, you're in the middle of the friggin' jungle. Just take them off. It's gotta be like 50 billion degrees Celsius in there.
It's my skin.
It's my skin. No, you guys don't get it. Like we only earn commission if we wear the robes. Like it was part of signing up.
Part of the job description. We have to wear the robes. It's part of their fantasy. We don't get our overtime
if we don't wear the robes. We have to survive too.
Wow.
And like it's one of those movies where like,
as you describe it more and more, I hope you know that the fact that we've never watched it is going to probably progress for the rest of our lives because
So I'm a little curious. I just I want to make sense of it by seeing it a little bit. I still don't know what happened. I don't get it. I don't know what you're saying.
What was the plot? What was the end game?
Okay, I'm trying to get there. End game was one of the best fucking movies ever made. No,
I'm sorry. I keep saying buzzwords.
So, BuzzFeed. No. So the plot is Imhotep wants to awaken Anubis's army and conquer the world. And at one point, Rick McConnell even says, of course, that they all want to do that. Why do they always want to take over the world? But he has this weird tattoo, which means he's part of the order of people that aren't Jedi. They're called Magi. And I'm like, okay, this was around the time that the Phantom Menace came out, so it makes sense.
Yeah, it's Jedi.
It's Jedi. The guys in the black robes, those are the Magi, right? And in fact, they're the ones who arrested Imhotep, and they embalmed him alive and made him a mummy. So you're like, oh shit. So
embalming somebody alive. That is.
Oh yeah.
A Ray Bradbury short story right there.
Oh yeah. It's
not even exaggerating.
One of my favorite. I think my favorite genre of horror is my second favorite is Lovecraftian cosmic horror. My favorite is actually body horror. Body horror is, I think, the most effective form of horror. You know what I mean? And the scarabs are nothing.
Freaked me out the most in the first movie actually was the whole idea. I think there was a point about locking people in sarcophagus.
Yes.
While they're alive, and they can see the scratch marks.
Yeah.
Yes, his I think his fingernails were peeled back because he was scratching so hard.
Yeah, that messed me up.
That was, what really messed me up was when the guy gets his tongue and his eyes ripped out. And he just can't see what's going on.
That was not cool.
That was not okay.
That was really scary. My brain never recovered.
However,
I do remember the scarab beetles, which is arguably just as terrifying. I just burned that part of my memory out, the part where his eyes and his tongue get ripped out. I just told my brain not to remember that.
Well, so anyway, but they're starting to realize that all three members of the McConnell family, Alex, Rick, and Evie, they all have these powers, and they're all meant to stop Imhotep and stop the Scorpion King from rising again. And oh my god, so they
all have powers?
Yeah, they're remembering their past lives and stuff in ancient Egypt.
They all remember.
So all these white people, fuck off.
There's this one line before we'd seen this movie. It was the only line I remembered, and it's one of my favorite lines because how matter-of-factly an Egyptian man explains this. He goes, "Yes, she is the daughter of the king. He is the map, and you are the holy warrior. The three sides of a pyramid." You're like, wait a second, the three? Hold on. Dude,
three sides
of a pyramid. First off,
Ben Carson.
Yeah, the three sides of the pyramid. You guys all team up and you store grain in there. No, I'm like, okay, buddy, are you actually Egyptian? Are you sure you're not from freaking San Francisco?
Who fucking wrote this?
I don't know.
My God,
some motherfucker. I'm like, three sides of a pyramid.
It seems like they were trying to do the Triforce, but they were dumb about it.
Yeah, dude, just say triangle. There's triangles on.
Oh, they want the Illuminati involved.
That's fair. But so what happens is they wind up in the oasis. They're trying to get Alex, and then an oxygen moon shows up, and then she stabs Evie. Like, oh no, Evie's dead. And I'm like, no, she's not dead. She's obviously not fucking dead. They're gonna bring her back to life.
It's Evie.
Of course, you
can't kill the most beautiful character in the entire movie.
You will not kill Rachel Weisz in my goddamn movie.
Not that kind of film.
You shan't.
No, so what happens is, long story short, they're in the tomb, and eventually what happens is I think the bad guy ends up, he gets the bracelet off of Alex, and he puts it on, and this is the British bad guy, so he puts it on, and then he summons the Scorpion King. And oh my god, the Scorpion King is one of the funniest parts of the movie. First off, I love Dwayne The Rock Johnson. And again, if Dwayne The Rock Johnson is watching, you are a treasure to this nation and to the world, and I love you.
Please don't run for president.
Celebrities shouldn't run for president.
God.
Is he trying to run for president?
No, there was like a whole thing though, like a few years ago.
We don't need
It was
that
like
in our
him
lives.
and Tom Hanks were supposed to be like president,
Running
but
mates?
president.
God.
I watched
Like,
that
it was
movie.
a joke, but like Trump was a joke too, and then
Can we say though, cast them in a movie, both running for president? I would watch it.
they did an SNL skit.
The thing about Dwayne The
An
Rock
SNL
Johnson
skit is really the only amount of information I need from that. A
the
whole
thing
movie is
about
perhaps a bit too much.
The
There you
thing
go.
about
Yeah.
Dwayne The Rock Johnson, guys, is
Oh,
that
yeah,
he
sorry.
isn't scary. And the thing about early 2000s CGI is that it looks like shit.
So when you try to
imagine
make
the
CGI,
uproarious laughter that I experience when a goddamn Scorpion King CGI Scorpion Centaur shows up through the
I
giant
remember
doors.
that.
And
I've definitely seen this
he's
scene.
roaring. He's like,
Remember
"Rah."
I think this
And
is
you're
like the infamous
what
part,
the fuck
right?
is this? And so it's this chaotic moment. And
Oh,
my
God.
God. Okay. We're getting to the best scene in the movie. The best moment in the movie.
Oh,
So-
the link that you want us to have, you need to send it
Yes,
again.
I need to send it to you guys again because we've had to restart the show a few times because of stupid freaking
Zoom difficulties.
Because of capitalism.
stupid Zoom.
Come on.
Capitalism.
capitalism.
Found you again.
When I tell you to, go to that link and skip to 242 and then just watch from there. You'll know what the
Can we do
funny
it right
part is.
now?
No. So
We're
what
doing it
happens
right
is-
now anyways, Des.
No. You have to get to it. You have to get to it.
No.
Can I at least like put
Don't. You have to get to it. You need to know what happens.
I'm waiting for the
Scorpion
ad
King
to
shows up.
finish
He
playing.
summons Anubis's army. The Jedi show up, and they're just like, no. Don't watch it with subtitles. You have to watch the actual thing and like hear it, right? So the army of Anubis is running towards like only like these 50 guys. Like, okay, we're last stand. We're gonna save the world, even if we die trying. And so then they're fighting, and they get this big ass spear. And so that they're fighting, and they realize, oh my God, whoever has the spear can control the army. So then they throw it, and then Imhotep catches it, and he's like, yeah. But then they somehow get it out of his hand, and then Jonathan, who's the shitty brother for the beginning, throws it, and then it hits the Scorpion King. Brendan Fraser stabs him even harder with it, and he's like, "Ah!" He's like grabbing at it with his claws, and then you're like, oh, awesome. And then this happens, and now
Now
go
click
to the thing, skip to 242.
242.
Yes.
Oh, it even says in the video.
Yep. Oh my God, it's so bad.
Oh boy. Oh my God.
The really delayed. No. Wait, do we keep watching after the armies
No,
converge?
that's
Or
it.
that's
The
it?
the no is the there's so much to
It was so
unpack.
late. It was
There's
so
so much
late.
to unpack.
Why
in
was
that.
it like 4 seconds after
Okay,
the drama
so
had happened?
That's the thing. So there's so much to unpack. First off,
Matt
did he
finally
just
got it.
miss his cue, and
No.
He missed his cue. They didn't fix it in the
But
After
then-
Effects.
I
But
think I got too
then-
distracted by the
he's
CGI
like,
the first time I
"No."
watched it.
but then the way that he says no, right? It's
It's like a
he-
Michael Scott no. No!
but
And he has
it's
this
not-
like pose of like,
Yeah! He's on the ground like.
But I also love. But
It's so
just
Broadway.
imagine every single villain reacting to everything that way. That's the entire movie. But what I love is like, but then he kneels down kind of gently, like the last time he did it, he knelt down on like a rock and he hurt his knee. And he's like, I don't want to hurt my knee, but I want it to like, I'm not really wearing much. This is kind of uncomfortable. No. But then the way that he says no, it's like he dropped his sandwich or something. It's like he got to the store and he thought it was open, but it's
It
closed.
really
He's gonna have to
should
come
be.
back tomorrow.
It should be him. Like it should be zooming up on him going, no.
It's like,
but
dude.
instead, it's just him like in the background of a
No.
friend's video going like, no.
He's not even. And I love
so
it
can I
because
get some context here? So he's saying no to Brendan Fraser dying?
no, he's
No, to
he's
Brendan
saying
Fraser
no.
stabbing. the
Brendan
Scorpion.
Fraser like he stabbed
Okay.
Scorpion
Oh, sorry.
King.
Yeah, I
then
wasn't
if
sure
you
if they joined
look-
sides or something. I
If
don't
you
know.
look, the friggin' Scorpion King even kind of looks up. He's like, "What? What just
Like,
happened?"
did I just get stabbed?
Huh?
Did that actually
No,
happen?
like he looks at Imhotep and he's like, "What are you doing?" What do you think you're gonna do now?
This is
happens.
really
Oh my
cringe.
god, things happen.
This is like so cringe, Imhotep. Okay, can you like calm down? Like your
This is my
emotions are
death.
showing.
Okay,
Your
Imhotep.
emotions are showing. This is my death. This is
Maybe-
my time. Okay, my
Okay,
time.
Okay,
I need you to be
Imhotep,
quiet.
maybe do not
I'm not
steal
finished.
the spotlight from me. Do you know?
Oh my god, can you let me do what I need to do?
If
Oh
there
my-
was ever a character to want to steal the spotlight, though.
It
It's
would be Imhotep. He's
Yeah,
such
it's
a
Imhotep.
drama king.
Oh,
Oh my
totally.
god.
He
Wait,
is,
I have
though.
something
That's
to
what-
say.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, so I would like to take this small opportunity that I have achieved the microphone again to slightly off topic share about this
Excuse me.
book that Michael Crichton wrote called Sphere that is like Jurassic Park, but if Jurassic Park was underwater and instead of being terrorized by dinosaurs and like being trapped at the mercy of dinosaurs, they're trapped at the mercy of a godlike alien figure that they do not understand how to communicate with,
Okay, I
but
love
is
this.
trying to communicate with them. And they're like 1,000 leagues under the sea. And they know through the whole book, even if they do get back up to the surface, they have to wait for 4 days in a depressurization tank just to even get back out into the open air. And it's like really fucked up. It's really good. It's really good. It's just like, it's one of those deep plot lines. It's just
What is it?
that-
So you said it's called Spear?
Sphere.
yeah.
Like
Not-
like a ball.
No, Spear.
Right.
Spear gave us the best scene in The Mummy Returns.
Yes, indeed. Yes, Sphere by Michael
No!
Crichton. There's actually, it was a movie. The movie is really bad. Please don't watch it.
Oh,
It
fine.
stars Queen Latifah,
Oh,
What?
bringing it back.
Samuel L. Jackson.
Oh no!
The movie is really bad. Please don't watch
No.
it. Queen Latifah is the first person to die. She's actually basically an extra. It's not a good movie. Don't watch the movie. I
Oh,
watched it
no.
with my friend Leo because we had to read Sphere for class, and we were like, let's watch the movie because, oh my god, there's a movie of it. We watched the movie, and it's
I saw the movie.
horrible. We spend the whole time laughing about how bad it is. And like, I don't remember what his name is, but the guy who is Mr. Megorium from Mr. Megorium's Wonder Emporium, that actor.
I never saw that, but I believe you.
Hold on.
Wait,
let me
no.
find that.
Are you talking about? Oh my god. What the hell was his name? But he was the Joker in The Dark Knight, right? Heath Ledger.
I don't know.
No.
No, not Heath Ledger. Dustin Hoffman.
Oh no.
He is the
okay,
main
never mind,
character.
yeah. I was
the
thinking
movie.
of
Dustin
Dr.
Hoffman plays
Parnassus,
like
whatever.
the psychiatrist or the psychologist
Yeah.
underwater, and it's like really fucking weird in the movie. Don't watch the movie. It's
I won't.
good to watch to laugh at, but the book is incredible. It's very good.
It's so interesting how many like movies were made out of Michael Crichton books.
Yeah,
Michael
and
Crichton-
Stephen
yeah.
King books.
Yeah, like the two of them.
I'm actually
Yeah.
like about
They're really good stuff.
2.5 books into The Dark Tower. It actually explains a lot of the tropes in Stephen King books.
He's
Yeah.
a very good writer, and I feel like there's only a certain number of authors who can legitimately create character types and tropes for themselves. Like Carl Hyacin makes his own archetypes for characters, basically, and
Yeah, I
he
believe it.
has a character that fulfills that archetype in every single book. He's got like 12 main characters.
Yeah.
They all mingle with each other, and you know, Stephen King does that too, but with various tropes as opposed to character types and more like relationships with people than that. It's just,
Yeah.
as time goes on, these characters are really well developed and
Oh yeah. Well, specifically
gently relate to each other through the
because
books.
Stephen King's thing is like, so all of his books take place in the same universe,
Yeah.
right? And they all operate under the same logic. So all the supernatural stuff happens because there is a world where it is coming through. And like the idea that you can go to other worlds, you can travel through time and across space is really important to the Dark Tower because it's how the main group comes
Mhm.
together.
Yeah.
And there are a few really cool, whatever. You guys were so disinterested in The Mummy Returns that we just talked about something else for a bit. I love it so much.
I
So-
was interested. I just didn't.
It
I
was
will-
so, it's just hard to follow. There's so much
It is
information.
really hard to follow, but I will
There's
say
legitimately
the-
too much information.
there is. Most of the movies, people are explaining things, but what I love is how like someone will say something, and you're like, "We're just going to accept that they just said that." 3 sides to the fucking. Are you that you should be like, okay, hold up, stop, dude. Are you actually Egyptian? What the hell is going on here? Are you sure? Brendan Fraser, like his character in the whole movie is, okay, guys, we should just not do this anymore. Can we stop?
I love that. I love when there's a character. It's like in Tangled when Flynn is like, I don't sing. And everybody puts their knife to his throat and makes him sing. Or like the guy in Enchanted who's like, how does everybody know this song? I don't get it. Why does everybody know this song? Because it's a Disney movie, but he doesn't understand that he's in it.
But I also love
Star Kid by chance?
Star Kid?
I think it's called Star Kid.
By Jerry Spinelli?
No, it's a musical group. They did like the Harry Potter musical.
I don't think I've heard of them. No.
Was it a
I'm
Harry
not up
Potter
on my
musical?
musicals.
Yeah, Harry Potter musical. I think it's like Star Kid. They did a whole musical about like the boy who, or the man who didn't like musicals, and it's a musical about him.
That's awesome.
And it's like this whole thing
Does he
where
ever
like
sing?
aliens come down and force everyone to be into musicals, and he's like, I don't like musicals though.
That's one thing. Okay, so I feel like the thing that you like about Jurassic Park, Emma, is mainly that the dinosaurs are really cool, and Dr. Grant is like
They're done
awesome.
very well, and Dr. Grant is such a very well fleshed out character.
Dr. Grant, hear me out. He is the Aragorn of science.
He doesn't need to grow as a character. Yeah. He just doesn't grow. What he does is he deals with the situations as they arise, and that's what's interesting.
That's what's cool about Michael Crichton books.
I appreciate that they, like, character development is very important, and some characters within the story do have character development, but most of the characters, like, realistically speaking, in the expanse of one traumatic experience, do not change that much. Like, they can, but they don't often until after the traumatic experience is over. Yes. And I appreciate that.
And I feel like the reason why you liked the Santa Claus was probably for the reason the Santa Claus was made, which is because it's about nostalgia, and it's about like bringing you back to a more comfortable place.
Well, it's
familial ties to
connection to like my family and everything. And like,
definitely.
Tradition and
totally.
That whole thing.
And I think that like I will play devil's advocate a little bit when it comes to the Santa Claus. There are like, we impart certain emotional value onto little mementos, and the value that we impart on these things changes as we get older. Like, I may be looking back, I don't remember like just like the stuff that our parents got for us, but I do remember that they got it for us, and I remember that thought was put into it. But the reason that I like The Mummy Returns is because I love smart stories and I love cool characters, but I love surreal, absurdist, batshit insanity the absolute most.
I honestly, after watching the one clip that you sent, I get it. I do. Like, I understand what you mean in regards to the entire movie being just very weird. And but all the actors are just loving every second of it, and you can actually feel that from the screen. Like, they truly don't care what they're doing.
I feel like everyone must have had so much fun making that movie, because it's like, dude, you like, all the bad guys are like mustache twirlingly, R-rollingly, like diabolically evil. They love being evil so much.
Oh, you mean like the Western ideal of a terrorist? Yeah.
Basically, yeah. They're all. Yeah, I'm surprised that they're not. I'm surprised there's no one named Ahmed.
I could do essay after essay on all the movies we've discussed over time and how they've contributed to, like, Islamophobia and colonialism.
Yeah.
And the United States.
This movie literally is about
imperialist regimes.
It's literally about like these.
Yeah, I mean, most movies like that, like Stargate and any and all movies that are related to like archaeological digs and Australia.
Actually, speaking of Jurassic Park and archaeology, so Evie's married name is O'Connell, because that's Rick's name. It's Rick O'Connell. The dude is an American who grew up in Egypt as an orphan, and his last name is O'Connell. Go figure. But here's the thing, Emma. Evie's maiden name is Hammond. So I I think that Evie might be one of like
Extended
John
universe.
Hammond's ancestors. Like I think,
I don't
Totally.
like it.
and
Is there a way
that's
we can
why.
connect the Santa Claus to this too? Scott Calvin? Is there a Calvin in there?
There
Oh my
isn't.
god, I can connect this. I was on Tumblr today and I saw a video segment of I think something like Skyrim or it looked like Skyrim or something.
It was
based on the
probably Skyrim.
graphics.
If it looks like Skyrim, it was probably Skyrim.
It was a summoning ceremony with like a septagram and like a cistern in the center, and it was for summoning Santa.
Oh.
And so I'm thinking of summoning all these demons like Imhotep, and it's like, you know, there's like this wall of chickens for some reason, and
That was definitely
like
Skyrim.
there's like this circle of people all holding torches, and it's like we are here today to summon Santa Claus. Please place the sacrificial cookies, and you put the cookies down, and it's like pour the sacrificial goat's milk into the cistern, and you pour the goat's milk in, and it's like the summoning of Santa Claus requires the blood of one sacrifice. Jonathan, step forward, and then you're supposed to kill Jonathan, and then like it's like, as we summon Santa Claus, I shall bring him into this realm by reading out the traditional Yule hymn that broughteth him into the world. And like the chickens on the wall are starting to sing the Star Wars Imperial March in their clucking. While
dude, link me to this shit. Oh my god.
Is rising.
Wow.
And like the guy in the back is like, he sees you when you're sleeping. He knows when you're awake. He knows if you've been bad or good. So be good, for goodness sake. Oh, you better watch out. You bet. And as this is happening, like there's this star in the distance, and like Santa Claus is glowing. Like this 2D version of Santa Claus is glowing in the cistern where the goat milk was.
Yeah.
And the cookies are starting to light on fire in time with the Imperial March sung by the chicken cluckings.
What the hell is this?
When the guy finishes his hymn, Santa like appears in the 2D form right in front of your character, and that's when the video cuts out.
Wow. This actually is quite similar to the Santa Claus. Kathy's involved.
So that reminds me of this other amazing scene.
The Imperial March.
So when they extract Imhotep
Maybe they need to add that to
from the place where. So when they extract him in The Mummy Returns, he's stuck in this like cocoon thing because he was dragged into like into a pit of black goo at the end of the last movie. And so they have to read this inscription from the Book of the Dead. And the way that the bad guy is reading it off is there's a guy kneeling in front of him and holding the book open on his back like this. And I'm like, buddy, you couldn't just like sit at a table? You can't just like hold it in your hands?
I am a table for you and only you.
I am
the table.
I am table.
I am table. And he's just like reading it. And he's like, oh, it's like just like rolling all of his R's and pronouncing everything so immaculately. And you're just like, oh my God, these bad guys they deserve so much credit. They must have rehearsals for this shit. Oh my God. Who's their costume designer? They deserve a do you think that they're just guys and they have their own individual backstories they made up for each other? Like,
For sure.
I'm
like,
Steve.
I ran away from home. My parents didn't think that my evil doing was good enough for their bread shop, so I left. Now my name is Heathrop. Bow before me.
I wanted to be an evil bread maker, but my parents did not want me to be an evil bread maker, and so they will let me be an evil bread maker, and so now I am. Do you want some evil bread? It is actually poison. You have fell for my trap.
The yeast is evil. It has not
The
filed
yeast is
its
evil.
taxes.
Yeast!
It has lied on the census.
All right. So
Yes,
Zoom
we
is
should end it
yelling
here.
at
It's
us
been
to
like
end
2
it.
hours.
Dude, this is the longest one we've ever done, and I am here for it. It was fun.
Oh my God. Let
Okay,
the
so-
record show that Des was the one most off topic and I'm the one most high.
That's fair.
And I'm here.
And you're
that is-
just vibing.
We
I'm
just
here.
dragged Matt into the middle of our like tired ass ramble.
And we are thankful for Matt being here.
Thank
we
you, Matt.
appreciate
I'm
Matt
thankful to
staying
be
around
here.
and hanging out.
Yeah,
with
that was
us.
good. Sure. I'm having a
Love
good
talking
time.
to people.
Okay, so the next episode, I'm actually really excited for the next episode. The next episode is going to be much more simple. Emma will be raving about one of her favorite bands, the Front Bottoms, and I'll be raving about one of my favorite bands, King Gizzard and the Lizard Wizard. Yeah.
Yes, this is actually
wow.
really good timing because I've been listening to the Front Bottoms nonstop and I have many emotions I need to convey.
Uh,
So.
King Gizzard actually released a new single about a month or so ago called
Yeah,
Honey.
same with the Front Bottoms. Oh,
Yay!
shit! Ah!
I'm stoked. All right.
Okay, anyways,
everyone,
next time.
I'm probably going to upload this into 3 parts so that people
Yeah,
can
that's a great
budget it out.
idea.
It'll be Emma loves Jurassic Park 3, Matt loves
The Santa Claus.
and Des
And Des
loves The
tries
Mummy
to
Returns.
explain.
Des
The
tries
Mummy
to explain
Returns.
The Mummy Returns. Yes, that's what it's going to be. All right. To the 2.5 people, one of whom is me, who watches this show every week, thank you for tuning in once again. We will see you on the next episode. Until then, I am Des. That's Emma. That's Matt. Whatever happens, happens. And remember,
Whatever
Wear
happens,
masks.
happens.
hold up your friend's evil book.
Be
Friends-
that good
friends
friend
support-
and hold
friend-
up their book
Hold
for
up the
them.
evil book. And remember, 3
Raise the
sides to the
roof.
pyramid. That's us. We're the 3 sides of the pyramid.
Oh my
I
god.
don't
But
want
the
you to know.
pyramid's upside down. Thanks, Zoom.
Damn it, Zoom. It's the anti-Illuminati. The Zoom is the Magi. No!